What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Cantina Jargon. Joined with Caden from Cantina Talk. We got another episode. Are you streaming this on your channel as well? Same
Yeah, I
time?
believe so. It
Perfect.
should be.
Perfect.
Anyway, it is. We're all set.
Right on. So yeah, everyone, we are back. We've been off for a couple weeks with the holiday and everything. But like I said in the previous stream, we are like full force ahead with this Dark Force Rising trailer. I put together a little mock-up this week, shared that with Ben, who's one of our animators, and he's in the chat. Right on,
What's
Ben.
going
Thanks for
on?
joining, man. So shared that with him, shared that with you, of course,
Yeah.
Caden, and we already got your talent card vocals, and they sound incredible. I actually cut them into the trailer already into the mock-up. I'm just too excited. So
See, when I watched it and listened to it, that's exactly how like I imagined it sounding in my head, and like when
it
you like put in the sound like the voice work in there, like I don't know, just like I forgot the name of the yeah.
the Katana Fleet thing, like it's like you're like
Well,
telling the story of the Katana
oh,
Fleet,
oh
and I
no, I
love it.
meant
Like
like
it's like,
almost like the reverb, like
oh yeah.
that's what I was like. I was like I already knew that was gonna be happening, like in my brain, like knew it was gonna be happening. It was just
Right.
cool hearing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say it's not even like 100% finalized or anything. I
Yeah.
just threw that together because I'm like, I want to see this. I want to hear it like over the mock-up trailer. But Ben, I'll be sharing that with you. I know I shared you like before I got the vocals, but I also have vocals from Thrawn coming, Sebastian or Thrawn, and from our Luke as well, Aaron our Luke. So I sent them scripts today, and we're moving ahead big time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to finally. Sorry about my cat, guys. The tail is just whacking back and forth in the camera.
That summer release date seems like it's getting closer and closer, like to fruition. At
yeah. I
least,
mean, like I hope so, but it's gonna be one of those things where um it's gonna come down to animators and how
yeah,
long things take. So um the animators we worked with last time at Cage, they have a lot of stuff they work on. So we're gonna have to like really try and fit into their time. But that's why it's really good that we have someone like Ben on board who can draw and is happy to start moving with the stuff right
yeah,
now. So which is awesome. So I think I'm hoping in the next couple weeks we'll have like a really rough sketch of actually what the shots are going to look like in each frame, basically, instead of just like right now we're using screenshots from the comics, which isn't obviously ideal. So
yeah,
things are gonna look different than the actual comic books. So I'd love to have like just a really good accurate representation of like what I want the shots to look like each one. But we're gonna have to wait and see if we can get that done in a couple weeks. And everyone's got schedules and everyone's got things to do. But yeah, my goal would be a couple weeks. We have a true storyboard with the shots laid out of what they will look like, and we have all the voice work done. Once we get all that done, I mean, that's when we can start really moving into animation. So,
it's gonna be fun.
yeah, it's gonna be sick. I'm like the more and more like I started to get into it and stuff with looking at some of the music options, stuff like that, which I haven't finalized any of that, by the way. I still have a couple guys in the Discord who were gonna share some music with me. And I really want to hear what they kind of come up with and try to work that stuff in. But yeah, like once I start to like put this stuff together and see it, it really gets me like pumped for what it's going to look like. Because if and I don't know if a lot
Yeah,
of you know, but when I first like started the Heir to the Empire one, like it was just screenshots and crap, and then like the final product, when you see the difference, right? Like it's
yeah,
it's crazy.
it's huge, especially too when you sent me the music. Like that was like the second I heard it, I instantly knew. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Like
Yeah.
like I already knew it was how it was gonna be, but when I heard it, and then when I was starting to, like, I was playing it while I was doing the voiceover stuff. Like I was playing it in my headphones. I had it like low, but I was playing it. And I was
Oh
just like, all
yeah.
right, this is like I'm feeling it.
That's
And then
perfect, man. You're getting like into the vibe.
yeah,
Like
and then
like
when you sent me the mock trailer, when I listened to it, especially when we're getting to certain parts towards the end, I was like, holy shit, like this is gonna be insane.
yeah.
Like
It's gonna
already
be
just
epic.
seeing what we have now with the drawings I was like, this is gonna be incredible.
Yeah, I agree, and it's crazy because I think we've talked about this before, but I think Dark Force Rising is like the book out of the trilogy where the least amount of action happens. So it's kind of hard to like pick things from there. But
F-
I think
From
we got some
yeah,
good things. I mean,
I was
you
gonna
know,
say from what you said in like the mock trailer, if it was my first time viewing, I would think it's the most action packed.
right? Yeah, it's a
Like,
little deceptive, I guess, in that regard.
but like just like, but that just comes down to like making a good trailer. Like,
Yeah.
I already know like the basics are already there. Everything we need is already there. Like that's just like not that it's finished or anything, but I can tell like it's already gonna be perfect.
I'm glad that you share the vision. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think once we get all the voices in and
Yeah,
um some drawings in there, I think it's gonna look sick. So yeah, I'm really pumped, man. I'm really excited to have you on board and everyone else who is, wants to help out with this and is eager to be part of the project. That is so awesome because the Heir to the Empire one, man, I was like doing all on my own for the most part. I mean, I was like trying to find people that would help me. And no one really knew what it was going to look like, so they weren't really sure if they should help or
yeah,
not. Um, and now that people have seen the Heir to the Empire one, like, oh, that is sick. Like, I want to help with the next one. And then, I'm sure it'll be even bigger for the Last Command. That's what I'm hoping. Ideally, this one's going to be about a minute 15. The first one was about a minute. I'd like to go 2 minutes for the Last Command. I'd like to get like
yeah,
a
yeah.
serious like trailer with that Sabaoth, Mara, Luke scene and clone Luke, of
We
course.
we definitely need a throne room too. I mean I
Yes.
don't know if I don't know
Yes.
If Rook will be in the trailer, but like
Yeah, at
just like
some
him like
point we got to
standing
get a
yeah.
Nokri in the trailer. So,
It was like
yeah.
in my like when I was picturing it was like it felt like a trailer like almost like the camera being like on the ground in the corner and like the door opening and you see Rook standing there and Thrawn's throne in front like in the foreground. In
Ooh,
the background you see just is like leg.
that'd be
But like
fire.
that yeah, that was just like what I
Yeah.
was just picturing. I'm like, damn, like I can see that in the trailer.
Yeah, that sounds freaking awesome, man. Yeah, and the other thing I really want to do in the Last Command trailer is I wanted to open with the the Palpatine, like, you will kill Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker, and like because Mara is like basically in a New Republic like holding cell at the beginning of that book, and if she's like shook and awake by Palpatine's visions, I think that would be a cool way to kick it off. So
Do we have Armara yet by chance?
I have obviously the person that I got to do the
Oh
previous
yeah,
lines
yeah. I
from the
forgot about
first
that.
one. So we're good there. I don't have if I can unbelievable. I don't have a Leia though. But we have a Han, obviously. So Leia's gonna be, I don't, you know, I could do some looking around, do some asking around for Leia. But let's see. Ben says need the Nogri. I agree. The Nogri would be a really cool thing to see in animation because we don't, especially in like the Heir to the Empire trailer, and even in this one, there's not a whole lot of aliens, and I think aliens would look cool in animation.
I also think a lower accurate version, not like the one we got in Rebels.
Yeah,
Like when I think
yeah,
of Nogri, I
yeah.
think of this fucking like this like behemoth, not a skinned alien like a naked
Right.
cat.
It's crazy because like they're supposed to be these like elite warriors, right? But I think in Rebels, they're like I don't even know. They're kind of like an animal. Like they're
Like
like
to me, like he looks like Paul the alien.
yeah, that's a good
That's like when I
it's a
see
good
him, that's the
comp.
first like that's the first thing I look of. Like or not look of, I think of when I see him. I was like, oh, it's Paul the alien. I was waiting for Seth Rogen to be like
Right.
like I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I just feel like he didn't have that like scary feel to him.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Not really like sinister looking.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he almost felt like too that he was more of like just like Craven the Hunter in a way,
Yeah, yeah. I get
more
what you
than
mean there.
yeah. I don't know. He just
Yeah,
didn't really
more
seem
than
too
like
menacing.
yeah, no, I agree completely. Nexus Prime says Jar Jar, what lightsaber battle would you like to animate in the future? I mean, I just kind of mentioned it, but I really want to do the Luke versus Luke clone and Mara. It was Sabaoth all in that throne room. That's the epic like end to Last Command. That would be, I mean, that'd be like number one. And then honestly, past that though, if you're talking like past that, the whole Heir to the Empire series, I would love to do some of the new Jedi Order stuff with the Vong. I think
I
there's a
was
lot of cool
literally,
battles with
yeah,
the Vong.
I was literally gonna say, um, Cade's death.
Who?
Uh, Darth Cadus.
Oh, Darth Cadus. Yeah, yeah.
I was
Darth
gonna say
Cadus.
like his death. Like I wanted, I would
Ooh,
want to
Darth
see that.
Cadus versus Jaina would be thick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be great.
that's like the only one that like comes to mind. Like, and it's funny that you said NJO as well. Like for
Yeah,
yours.
right. I mean, I just think there's so many, like, that's the time when we finally get back to having a lot of Jedi that we probably hadn't seen since like the prequel era.
Yeah.
In Legends at least. And there's so many epic like battles, man, in that. Even that first one where Vector Prime is the first Vong book.
Yeah.
And Luke and Mara go to like this planet that the Vong first like released this bio weapon on, basically, and they fight a Vong there, and it is absolutely epic. You just reading it is,
Yeah.
like, we don't have a comic of that. We don't have a comic of the Vong. We don't have, you know what I mean? So
I mean, we have like
that,
drawn pictures now. We have like,
right?
Because I've seen some. And I'm like, damn, like the entire Vong setting in the Vong War, like the set pieces and like the battles would be insane to see, like in like the Cordar engine, for example, for like the cinematic engine.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it would just be insane because it would be huge.
Oh yeah, it'd be
Like,
massive.
the scale.
I mean,
yeah,
like the Vong taking on Coruscant. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine? Like, oh,
I mean,
it'd be
even
incredible.
Thrawn bombing Coruscant. Like,
Oh, I know. Well, hey,
but
yeah.
not like, not that it was bad, but like not like how it was in Ahsoka. I mean, like I like bombardment. Like
full scale. Like, I'm gonna take out this.
I'm talking like what the fuck? What was it in the sequels? The new Capital and sequels. I don't even.
Oh, what is that called? Hosnian Prime.
Yeah, Hosnian. Yeah, Hosnian Prime.
Yeah, Hosnian Prime.
Just like not maybe not that scale, but like destruction wise, like I want to see like a giant crater in Coruscant, giant craters in Coruscant. I want to see like a big blow to the planet to where you could see it from
That'd be cool.
space.
I mean, honestly, if they, in canon, if they go that route of like, hey, let's have Thrawn take out Coruscant, that could make a reason of why the New Republic moves to Hosnian Prime.
I think that's the only reason why. I think that's what we're gonna get. Like what other reason would they have?
Yeah, you're probably right. That'd be cool. See, I'm all down for that.
I mean,
we need to see Thrawn.
Like,
we need to see Thrawn get a big win in canon.
Not just shit talking and flying away last minute. Like
right. Like in obviously, is it in Dark Force Rising or is it in Last Command when he uses the cloaked asteroids and like pummels Coruscant with them?
I think it's last.
Someone's gonna have to remind me. I just blend all three stories together a lot, so I kind of forget. Ben says, "I want there to be as many legends." Last Command, okay, yeah. Last Command, yeah. Something like that would be really cool to see, even
Katana
on
fleet,
the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he uses the fleet to do it. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, Ben says, "Yeah, I want there to be as many legend design cues and characters as possible," and that's why I'm so glad you're on board, because you're like, you want to do it all, and like, I'm all for it, man. I just, we have to be. There's only so much we can do in a minute, or a minute and a half. That's why if we could do Last Command 2 minutes, we could definitely get the Nogri in there. Yeah. We could get the Palpatine thing. We could get, the Luke clone, Sabaoth, Thrawn, you name it. I mean, you could fit it all in there. It'd be awesome. Will Corran Horn have a cameo? Not in these 3 trailers. But like I said, if we can get further down the road, more support and do any NJO stuff, absolutely Corran Horn will have a cameo.
I mean, they got to do Kyle Katarn too.
Like, 100%. Kyle, honestly, probably even Kyle before Corran, but I mean, people just love Kyle because of the video games. But
does anyone know what Kyle's voice actor's doing right now? Like, is he
right? Is he available? But yeah, no, thanks, Eddie. I love Corran Horn. I think he's a great character. I love, his interactions with Rogue Squadron too. Love that stuff. There's a short animation of Luke fighting Palpatine from Dark Empire going around from a few years ago. Have you seen it? Yes. It's a 2D animation. Have you seen that, Caden?
No, that's why I was like, wait, what?
I'm gonna,
I'm
you know what I mean?
I'll
I'm just gonna pull it up right now.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on the screen so everyone can see it. It's really short, but it some effort went into it for sure. Let's see, Dark Empire. Here we go. How long is this thing? It's like 29 seconds long. So definitely, let's throw it up on this screen. Hang tight, everyone. All right. Is this? Oh, here we go. Boom.
See, Dark Empire isn't all bad.
No, it's not. I know I'm a Dark Empire, but like this is a sick animation though. Like,
yeah.
You
know what it reminds me of? Like Cowboy Bebop, the animation style.
Yeah, I can see that. I love Cowboy Bebop, so I'm all for it. But yeah, that is the animation. It's really cool. That had to take a while to do.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
What I imagine. So let's see here. We got that issue of Star Wars Tales where Kyle Katarn fought the Vong. Yeah. So Kyle Katarn absolutely would be included. 100%. Gotta have Kyle. Canon Thrawn need to get in shape.
Yeah. He's Tony Hill's ration packets from
he's got the dad bod. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the ration packets, man. Yep, 100%. And Tony is here. Hi guys. Hey Tony. Thanks for joining. So let's chat real quick about a rumor that I heard. And I actually got this on Reddit. So supposedly, like Lucasfilm Animation, obviously Bad Batch is wrapping up this year. It's going to be season 3 is the final season. Supposedly Lucasfilm Animation is going to lean heavily into Tales of the Jedi and other stories like Tales of the Sith and Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
That would be sick. I would take that over Bad Batch season 4.
Right? Does anyone oppose that? Because that is the opportunity we're looking for here to include things like the Vault, and to include things like even the Old Republic stories. Like if we could see Revan.
Yeah, so we already have all of the previs for it. Like sitting in the Vault, because Dave still has the I guarantee he still has the drawings from his book.
Dave was gonna do it for the Clone Wars. That's right.
Yeah, because he even had like the sketches made for how the Vong ships would look.
Yeah. The scout ship.
I mean, and they already have all the voices from the previs too. That because they did all the voice work for all the Old Republic stuff.
Yeah, the Old Republic stuff that'd be amazing to see. I mean, if they do a Tales of the Sith, I'm all for it. I think like even a Tales of the Bounty Hunter, we could get Boba Fett stories that we never maybe even thought possible.
I'd want Cad Bane from like when he first started.
Like a young Cad Bane.
Yeah, I'd also want like Jaster Mariel and Django.
Yeah,
but I also for Tales of the Sith, you have I don't know how you don't, but you have to do Dooku. Like Dooku Jedi Lost, right? Like
I agree, but we kind of got the Dooku story.
But I'm seeing like
Tales of the Jedi.
But like the continuation of it after the turn.
So do you want to see like when he like takes Grievous under his wing?
Yes, I want to see like that and like Ventress.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would love to see the Grievous story on
that's what I'm saying. Like
screen.
That, and obviously, I mean, I don't know. Son of Dathomir is kind of like, like I could, like I'd be fine if it was there, but I'd rather have Plagueis.
Yeah,
Palpatine.
Yeah, Plagueis would be sick. The only thing that I'm concerned about, and someone else had kind of mentioned this too around this rumor, is like, I really hope that these Tales of the Jedi and Tales of whatever don't just remain all around the prequel era. Sorry. I think I just really hope they do like some even like Luke and Han, and I want to see like some of the heroes again. I don't want it all to be prequel era where we're just
I don't want it all
staying there because of that. Neither do I. I want to go back. I want to go Old Republic.
I would rather go back 100 years than forward 100 years.
Yeah. I mean, At this
Because
point,
there's so
I'm
much
like,
still
I'm
unexplored there.
right, and I'm just not very optimistic about the future because of like what happened in the sequels. So I agree with you 100%. I'd rather go back.
Yeah.
I'd rather go back 50 years than go forward,
Well,
whatever,
and
100 years.
everything that's coming out now too. Like I would just want to stay back here. Like I don't want to go forward yet. I want to just stay
Yeah,
back with as long as we can. But
I
like
agree.
the bounty hunter one would be perfect. Like literally perfect. I don't like that's
Yeah,
open the
yeah,
tail.
no,
Yeah, I love that. Open the Tales series to various characters so we can learn that. Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to be like an entire like 15-minute episode. You can probably do it in 5 minutes if you give us more episodes though. If you only give us 6, then make them longer.
Well, I'm just thinking this: if they are doing 15-minute episodes, like, I mean, they do a whole season of the Bad Batch in about a year, and those are 25 to 30-minute
Yeah.
episodes.
I mean,
16 episodes.
yeah.
Think about how many Tales of the whatever they can knock out in a year. If
Well,
they're
just
doing
just
15
look at the Rebels shorts. Like those are like 30
Right.
seconds, a minute maybe, or maybe 2 minutes, and you could do that with. Okay, probably not like a minute, but give it like 5 minutes.
No, I want like at least 5 minutes. I like
Yeah.
the 15-minute. I think it worked really well, and it could just help. I'm thinking like, dude, even a Din Djarin story like in the Bounty Hunter thing could work.
Yeah, him like first starting in the guild.
Yeah.
I mean, or even
That'd be
too
sick.
like you could if you want to like do with the Mandalorian, start with Tar Vizsla.
Yeah, you could do like a whole like
Yeah.
Legacy of the Mandalorians kind of thing. Then you can get that Django story in there and everything. That'd be cool with the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah, because like there's so many stories there too.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It will be Tales of the Teen Girl Squad. Don't look, Marion. Keep your eyes shut. We might get some of that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm expecting it.
And it could be single episodes like Vision series.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the like 5 minute. Because if you're gonna do 15 minutes, at least give it like the 3 parts. Give it the 3 episodes to make the story. Don't cram it into 5. But if it's gonna be like a one-off, you can probably do it in 5.
Sure.
Like
I think the 15-minute thing is like I said, I think it works. And like you said, you need the 3 parts though. Like the Ahsoka story really worked in those 15-minute intervals. We already know so much about Ahsoka though. And same with Dooku. Like we know so much about Dooku.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah, Dooku and Qui-Gon's story like worked so well. Same thing with Dooku and Mace Windu. Like everything just worked so well with that. They really hit the nail on the head with the first season.
Yeah, no, they did. I'm really curious to see who they're gonna pick next time around, because we know that there's another season coming out, and I'm really, really hoping that we get a Luke story or a Mara story, obviously.
Yeah.
So those are my picks.
I genuinely think though, if we do get another season, they might do like the knighting of Anakin Skywalker though, because they already have the model of young Anakin from when Ahsoka was training with the yeah. So like I could definitely see them like doing the knighting, even though we've already had it. I could definitely see them doing it again though.
Honestly, if they are, but if they're going with Anakin stories, like, dude, Hayden has like proved that he can play this role still and still look just as good.
Yeah.
Why not just do it live action? Because everyone's gonna watch it then. And no, not everyone watches animation. That's just the way it goes. I'll watch it all, but not everyone will. So I'd say go live action if you're gonna do it.
I would love that. I was just saying like I could definitely see them like playing it safe and just doing like here's this.
Yeah.
For an episode or something.
I could see it too. I mean, you can always count on Anakin, especially with the Clone Wars era stuff. So still more interested in seeing Star Wars theories, Luke shorts than anything charted out by Lucasfilm. Thank you, Darth Hansel. Did you see that? What he did?
Yeah.
The Luke thing?
No, when I watched it, I was like, holy shit.
Me too.
When I saw it, instantly I was like, I'm not gonna send it to Joe. I know that when he sees this, he's gonna freak out. and then for Mark Hamill to respond like all upset, like not like upset, but like kind of upset. I was like, but just like the wording of it, I was like, oh dude. I was like, when the second I saw like the no response, I was like, Theory's making a video. I guarantee it. Within 12 hours, the video's up.
Yeah.
When I got the notification, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here's this.
But the video is like, dude, that's what I want, man.
Yeah,
he literally says in the caption, he's like, this is like Luke's missions between like Return of the Jedi and Heir of the Empire.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Dude, I'm all for it. It
to me,
looks awesome.
it makes me really happy because it reminds me of like the Battlefront 2 campaign where Luke's going to all the Palpatine's like
Oh yeah, like
observatories
his
and yeah,
storehouses and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it makes me happy because I'm like, damn, I feel like that can get expanded on a little bit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'd love to see him just run with that. Regardless of what Mark Hamill or anyone thinks. I mean, everyone who makes a fan film impersonates Mark or, has a likeness to Mark in their animations and stuff. So I don't think it's like that big of a deal. I don't know
No,
why
I mean
anyone else would think it is.
it's I mean Disney owns the character. It's the character. Like I understand like the likeness
Right.
thing, but at the same time, it's the character from this. Like so if I go make a fan film and I dress like Luke Skywalker, does that mean that that's gonna be affected too? There's just I don't know. It's
Right.
just so weird. Like
There's a guy who does like lightsaber like fan films who it's pretty solid, and he dresses like Luke and like wears the hair like
Yeah.
Luke. I mean, obviously he doesn't. It's not deep faked, but he could deep fake his face on there, and it would look a lot better. So I just don't see it's that big of a deal. It's a fan film. No one's making money on it. Like it's not that.
It's a passion project more than something to make money off of. If they're making money off of it, I could totally see it. But it's just
100%.
fans trying to be fans.
Right. It's like people doing fan art of Mark. Like they do it all the time. Like, and they actually sell that stuff. So
yeah. Look, if you go to the mall, I guarantee half the stuff there that they're selling with like Grogu and like a Starbucks, like in the Starbucks logo. I guarantee that's not like they're not, yeah, like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but thanks for mentioning that, Darth.
Yeah.
I totally forgot to bring that up to you, Caden. But I liked it a lot. And I really want to see what he comes back with. Commander Scrub.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Where you been? Missed you the last few streams. I would rather have 4 new timelines: expanded universe or EU, DU or Disney universe, GU, the George Lucas universe, and FU, Fusion universe. So Eddie, you're gonna have to explain to me what Fusion universe is.
I'm assuming that's what we have now. That's what I'm assuming is what he's talking about, like now. Like,
but like, isn't that the DU, the Disney universe in a way,
but
or is he saying like?
But because it's half and half. It's half George's and it's half Disney's. That's what. That's
kind of. That's true. That's true. But like,
because you got 6 and 3.
Disney universe is no matter what going to have to include 1 through 6 though, because 7's, no matter how you want to slice it, does take place after 6 in a way. I mean, it still has a lot of those same characters.
Give Ryan Johnson to make his own 1 through 6 then, and then we'll have the Disney universe.
Can you imagine the freaking uproar? I would never ever support. No one would support that. There's no way.
By chance, did you watch Rebel Moon yet?
I did watch it. I finished it, I think, a couple days ago. Yeah.
I will say, I don't know what the fuck Theory's talking about. I thought it was really good. I would rather see, like, Zack Snyder make a Star Wars movie, like, with, I don't know. I thought it was really good.
I didn't love it. And I love sci-fi. So I'm always, like, checking out new sci-fi and stuff like that. But I didn't love it. I think a lot of it was just the fact that like they spent a whole movie like gathering a team of people, and it's like I don't know if we need a whole movie for that, because I'm ready to like get into the action. Sure, like what's gonna happen next, but like the whole first hour and a half of the movie is just like, okay, I'm gathering this team, like, and they're recruiting all these people. So
that's why he has the 4-picture deal, and that's why they shot the first 2 movies back to back.
Sure. No, I get that.
Like, look at it like the Snyder Cut, how it's 4 parts and it's building the entire way to the top. That's what they're doing with this.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see the whole story laid out, because it's like if I saw the Phantom Menace only, I'd probably be like, yeah, that wasn't that good, But
that's fair.
But once you see Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Return or Revenge of the Sith, you're like, damn, like Lucas had a vision. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like, from it being like fresh and new, like it being like a new like sci-fi where it's not trying to be Star Wars, but it's not trying to be like the creator or almost like Blade Runner, but it's like a happy mix of both. If that makes sense. Like it felt different, but similar at the same time. Old, but
yeah,
new.
No, it did feel familiar, especially at the beginning, like with she was a farmer girl.
Yeah.
Like I was getting the Luke vibe there. So
when she was looking at the sun, I was like,
oh my gosh,
I was like, I know what that is.
Yeah, that was a callback for sure. Let's get caught up here a little bit. Make the Republic Commandos in a series. That would be a good yeah, that'd be a good follow up to like Bad Batch. I feel like that'd be like a good like
bring Tamara back in to redo the voices again, but like, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess you probably could take the voices, but I don't know.
It'd be
If they do
cool.
make a
I'd like it.
Republic Commando series, I'd want Tamara to do the voice of them just from the game.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to get Tamara to do some of the voices in animation because what's the guy's name that does it?
D. Bradley
D.
Baker.
Bradley Baker. Yeah, he's good. He's great. But he's been our voice of clones, through the Clone Wars. But dude, Tamara's got like a great voice, and when he did the video games, the Django game and
Yeah.
stuff, like it sounded awesome. So yeah, I'd love to hear him.
Even like hearing him as Rex, like even though like I know it's like almost in the boba,
Yeah,
like it was still so cool to like hear his voice associated with Rex.
I loved it. Yeah, dude, I wanted more of that. I
I did
really
too.
hope they do
I wanted his
something.
helmet off just to see like Rex with the like Tamara with a shaved head, but
Yeah,
being
the
like
white
blonde.
hair.
Like
Yeah,
yeah.
been cool for sure. I really hope they go somewhere with that and give us more Rex in live action. I prefer a Disney Plus streaming series of Legends adaptations and the Galaxy of Adventures YouTube series style. Me too.
Yeah.
Like enough said. I mean, I'm 100% with you there. If they even like, we've talked about this so many times, they could just release it on Disney Plus and just put the little Legends banner on it, and
They already
we're done.
have like with the 2D Clone Wars, like they already have
Right.
it there. Why not just do it? Like, okay, they
Right.
could make like the money they're spending on Visions. They could probably cut that in half and get like 2D animated Legend stories.
Yeah.
And they would do it so much better in Visions.
Dude, they're paying like massive studios to make these Visions episodes that are
Exactly.
like 20 episodes long or 20 minutes long. Why are we not just doing, hey, one studio, you guys take this book and adapt it and just give us a season?
And I really think it would be like more beneficial, especially with them hurting for money, like having all these issues. Like they don't want to keep doing this stuff because they're losing money. Well,
Right.
stop spending so much. Like, you're doing a little too much.
Yeah, like 2D animation is so cheap. If you watch anything on like Netflix is really, really leaning into 2D animation.
Why do you
They
think
did
George did it?
the right, exactly. Like it's a medium that is cheap and you can really tell really cool stories and crazy settings that you're never going to be able to do in live action because it's going to cost you far too much money. So,
I think Cowboy Bebop is a prime example of that.
oh my gosh. He's literally a bounty hunter that's hopping all over the galaxy, basically,
Or
like
even
a different setting every week.
I don't know if you watched the Halo animated series. It came on there, I think 2000.
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
But that compared to the
solid.
show, like I don't know. I don't know. I thought like 2D animation for stuff, especially like sci-fi, way better than trying to like fit it into live action or into like a I don't know. I don't know. It just feels so much better.
It does, and if they want to keep the timeline separate, which they are going to, obviously, that's the way to do it. That's the way to say, look, this is different from the Clone Wars because it's 2D, and this is different from our live action stuff. This is just 2D. Like it's like DC does. DC's been doing it.
DC's king of that, yeah,
forever. They have the DC animated universe. It's different from the DCEU, and it's just comics adapted into 2D animation, and it's freaking great.
Like growing up, the late '90s Justice League, like to me that was my like one of my favorite shows, that animated shows growing up. Like hearing that intro song every single time was like those stories. Like, and it didn't even though it was like meant for kids, it didn't feel like it was meant for kids. Like
not at all.
Like,
no,
maybe like the first season of Kevin Conroy Batman. Like, but then once you started getting into like Mask of the Phantom and stuff, like it was so good. I still go back and rewatch those now. Like I'll be editing.
Yeah,
I'll throw on like season 3 of like Batman.
Sure, I like you said. I don't think they didn't target kids like too much. Like you know what I mean? Like it's adult enough. It's not. It doesn't have to be like gruesome. It doesn't have to be super mature, but you can do it well. Please check grammar. Dave did basically an adaptation of the Ahsoka novel in that third Tales of the Jedi episode. Dave could readapt Ventress into story. Yeah, no, that when she's on the farm there, that is from the novel basically, but I would say it's loosely based on the book.
Yeah, when it happened, like when it happened, I was like, oh, this is the kind of like their like way of like bringing the book into into the picture.
Yeah,
because that explains how she got her 2 kyber crystals to bleed.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
He could I would trust Dave to adapt any of the books, honestly.
But yeah, Dave could kill Son of Dathomir. I know it.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that would be insane.
He could do it for sure. Nexus says a Vong battle animation would be really sick since they are brutal fighters, specifically for the anime style shown before. Right. Like I think they fit the 2D animation so well because they got like these crazy armor with like the little spikes coming out. Like, can you imagine them like using those little like they have that thing that's got like a whip on it?
The like tail thing that
yeah.
Like it reminds me of Alien's tail almost. Like,
yeah.
But literally, if they could do those stories in like the style that they used for the Ronin episode in season 1 of Visions, like that would be the perfect way of showing that.
That'd be awesome, dude. That season 1 of Visions has some great episodes. That is,
also has some really weird ones too, though. Like
very hit or miss. I don't even know the one where they're like have a band on Tatooine, but there's some really good ones. Ninth Jedi is sick. Obviously the Ronin.
Ronin was easily my favorite episode. The first episode.
Yeah. Oh man, that's where he's collecting the freaking kyber crystals. Yeah.
And the one. Yeah.
All 4 timelines. See, that doesn't work though. Like I don't.
It feels like it'd be too chaotic.
Yeah, like how are you gonna say okay, the New Jedi Order works with the Disney sequel trilogy? Like you can't combine them. No matter what.
Is Rey's movie New Jedi Order 2 then? So there's gonna be 2 of them.
Yeah, because supposedly Rey's new movie is gonna be New Jedi Order era, like according to what happened at Celebration.
Do you think they're gonna do Vong though? Like
I freaking hope not, man. I don't want them taking that story
because
I don't want them stealing these stories for other characters. I don't like that.
And I mean, obviously they can greenlit it afterwards, but they haven't greenlit like a 2 and 3 to Rey's. So
right.
Honestly, I'd rather have Donald Glover come in and do his Lando show or movie way before that.
I hope we get the Lando thing.
I really do. Like honestly, like Donald Glover being like young Lando, I think was perfect. It made me like really believe that Lando was a playboy. Like
right, he was like the one person in that movie where I'm like, wow, that is Lando. Like, you know what I mean? Like that is the character, just younger. Yep. I'm all for seeing that one. Really excited to work on the Last Command final lightsaber duel. Absolutely, that is going to be like that's going to be like the main event like of this whole like series. You know what I mean? That is going to be huge. I want to see Keanu Reeves play Revan. Yeah, everyone says that.
Clark, he's the only person to play him. Like
right. Like if he doesn't play, if Revan comes to live action and it's not Keanu Reeves, like people are gonna lose their shit.
Okay, so you know Belisarius from Rebel Moon? He was in Hawkeye as well.
Yeah.
That guy is the only other person I would be fine with playing Revan because him and Keanu look a lot alike.
Yeah, I could see it.
That's the only other person I would be like, all right, that's fine.
I mean, Keanu Reeves has to though. Unless he just gets aged out of the role. You know what I mean? Like if they don't make this for however many years.
I don't think you could ever age Keanu out of that role though. Like I think that whatever happens, they can make it work.
You just make it work with, yeah.
But, I mean, maybe I don't know. I still would love to see Keanu as Wolverine, even though it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's never happening.
Yeah,
give up now. It's never happening.
Yeah, that's one that that's a deep one it's never gonna come to fruition. World building in Rebel Moon movie. Have to wait for the second movie. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I mean, I think the first movie is more just getting familiar with the galaxy that they're in and everything. And there was a lot of world building, so it didn't draw me in like I thought it might, to be honest, and that's why it was kind of like, I'm not sure if this is great or not. But, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna keep watching it and see what happens with the next one.
I love Charlie Hunnam, and for him being the character he was, that was for me like I saw it coming, but I also didn't because I was like, I want to believe Charlie Hunnam is always gonna be a good guy in every movie he plays. Every movie he's in, I'm like I can't see Jax Teller being a bad guy, or the guy from The Gentleman. Like I can't see him being I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't see that one coming. Actually, I didn't see it coming at all. It kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah, that twist. I was like, oh shit! he really went for that. Like I
Yeah,
was
it
surprised.
did catch me off guard. I was like, oh damn, well
And,
he's just really gonna betray them all right
yeah,
now. So, do we need full scale movies for Star Wars going forward, or is live action and animated better? Are you saying like live action TV versus full scale like cinema? I mean, because it's movies are live action too, for the
yeah,
most
I'm kind
part.
of confused. I mean, like I would prefer like if you're gonna do a big story and you have to bring back. I would say you have to bring back Nick Gillard if you're gonna do any sort of live action lightsaber combat. Stop
Would
doing
love
whatever they're
that.
doing. Like bring that back or go to animation to show. I mean, look at Ahsoka when she was running from the Jedi Temple in Clone Wars. There's no way in hell they'd ever make that in live action. There's no way in hell you could ever do it in live action
Yeah,
and make
I
it not look
mean,
goofy. Because they tried
think
with the Ahsoka sword. They really tried, but there's times where it looked really goofy and there's times where it worked.
yeah, I agree. And the thing where she like jumped out of the ship
Yeah,
when Huyang was flying it, and that looked horrible in the Ahsoka show.
and,
But
yeah. But there's
in
times
Clone
where like
Wars, the
yeah,
ship's like going down, and she's like jumping from ship to ship, and it looks awesome.
look at the
So
Siege of
like,
Mandalore, like perfect,
right,
perfect. Like yeah,
yeah, there's some stuff that works. You're right. There's some stuff that just works better in animation. There's some stuff that works in live action. So
but
it's just
even
I'd like both.
yeah, even in Phantom though, when they use force speed to get away, it looks a little goofy. Like
Yeah, right.
there's no real way to like show it besides in like animation.
Yeah, animation you can capture a lot that you're just never going to be able to do in live action. But that being said, I want like Star Wars movies to come back.
Yeah, I do too.
I just don't want this Ray movie. I don't care. Like I just don't like I don't want to see that story continued. I I don't want that story unless somehow Luke Skywalker is alive and we just didn't know it this whole time. But how are you going
Or
to
it was a
explain that one
clone.
to us?
The one that was in the sequels
It
was a
was a
clone.
clone, sure. Or he has a child, secret child that we've talked about. The story was the story of the Skywalkers, and you killed them all.
It's called a Skywalker saga, and they're gone. What do you like?
Right. Like at that point, I've lost interest in the future, guys. My whole Star Wars thing ends at episode 6, and then I like Legends after that. So,
I'd say for me, it ends after the Ahsoka show.
I
Like going
mean,
into
yeah, I like the TV shows. I've been really enjoying them, and I loved Mando season 2. It's like probably one of my favorite live action Star Wars like seasons of
yeah.
TV. And if I end with Thrawn coming back to the galaxy, and that's where Heir to the Empire starts, great. I'm
Or
cool with that.
even like, even though it would suck, them just ending it where Thrawn is back, like going to Dathomir, leaving it at the cliffhanger. If they never made another movie, never like project again, and that's what we got, and they were done with the sequel stuff, I would be fine with that being the ending. I'd want more, but that's how it's set. It's set up.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna save episode 7, 8, and 9.
No, it's
but
not.
it's cool. But
Yeah.
it's cool to see Thrawn back in the galaxy. To be honest, I want Disney to just leave Legends content alone when it comes to their canon. I'd rather them not mess with it. They can do their own thing and continue with the hit and miss. So I think you're talking about like integrating Legends content into canon.
Yeah, trying to like canonize it in its own way, like the new
Yeah.
canon.
Like we've talked about, like Dave's movie could very well be called Heir to the Empire, and it's not going to be Heir to the Empire that we know.
Yeah.
I'm still torn on it. I still trust Dave so much that I think like he could pull it off, but there's so many key characters there, like Amara or a Talon Card, and if they don't really show up, then to me it's gonna tarnish it a little bit. So yeah, Ben, I can agree with you, but I also at the same time, like I'm willing to give it a shot to see how they do it.
And that's how I feel too. Like I know Dave could do it well, but I know it's not going to be a 1-to-1. And at the same time too,
Right.
I don't want them to try and jam all these brand new characters into this movie and give them all these stories and rush other parts. Like I feel like Mara probably should have been introduced or at least hinted at through Ahsoka or some of these other characters like Talon Card. Just to set them up in the universe before trying to jump in and be like, "Hey, here's this character." Like,
yeah. I mean, if she's not introduced in Skeleton Crew or Mando 4, it's a safe bet that she's not coming.
yeah.
I think.
And
Yeah.
with that too, how do you do Air without that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't call the movie Heir to the Empire. Then, like, do not call it Heir. Call it something else. Call it Thrawn's whatever. Like the War for Coruscant. I don't know. Call it something different.
Yeah, I don't even have a name. I was trying to think of one, and I was like, these all sound dumb.
Yeah, they all sound terrible. Speaking of Dave, if he doesn't have Luke front and center in his movie, don't think I'll be watching it, to be honest. If Luke isn't the main character of that movie, something went terribly wrong over at Lucasfilm. Like,
Have we been
how
told the
can
budget?
No, we don't know anything about a budget. And
If the budget is less than 200, maybe 250 million, there's no way in fucking hell Luke is going to be the main character. And that is heartbreaking. Because
but I'm saying this though, we could have Luke in the movie for 35 minutes and he could still be the main character. They could make it work, especially with the amount of characters there are.
I feel like Luke has such a big story though in it. Like, as much as it's like a Thrawn movie, it's also so much a Mara movie and a Luke movie, and you need all those to come together to make it work.
Yeah, Luke's got to be in it, man, and he's got to be a big role. If he's not, like you said, if the budget's not there to do the deep fake or whatever, just recast him.
Just give Sebastian Stan, or even the person who's been doing a Stan that I keep forgetting his name,
Graham Hamilton.
Yeah, Graham.
Yeah.
Have him do it.
Yep, and be done with it.
Yeah, the voice won't be the 1-to-1, but it'll be there.
No. It's better than nothing, and we get the Luke story that we want. So
I'd
love to know what everyone else thinks, though, about recasting. I don't know. We've probably talked about it before, but I want to know what everyone else thinks. Recast or deep fake, guys. And does Luke have to be front and center?
Are we going to make a poll by chance?
Honestly, probably. I don't know how to work this thing completely. I just kind of like read the chats and keep going. If you can make a poll, do it. That's all I
trying on here. I don't think I'm able to do it on my end.
Revit is a blank slate role for everyone to project themselves onto. And so, yeah, Keanu works great for that. Darth Hansel says, I think Keanu wants to adapt and star in his Berserker comics. I heard something about that too. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I just wonder, like, no, and that's kind of wondering because I know after the next John Wick movie is done.
Yeah, right.
So, and that comes out next year. So, I don't know if it's John Wick 5. I know it's some spinoff that he's in, but I think that's the end of his character. So I kind of curious like where he's gonna go with that, and like if it isn't doing his own comic adaptation, like how is that gonna work?
Yeah,
because to be honest, because I really want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin in like live action.
Yeah, that'd be
and
cool.
The only person that would work for me being Casey Jones would probably be Keanu Reeves in flashbacks.
Dude, Keanu's gonna be busy, man. Because
I mean,
heard that.
I heard they might do a
cyberpunk movie though, or a show or something like that.
Okay, that would be.
Keanu's
sick.
gonna have to be in that too.
I would be perfectly. That would be. I'm all for that.
Me too.
Like, just don't let Jared Leto anywhere near it. That's all I ask. Just don't let him anywhere near it.
He was fine in Blade Runner. He just wasn't in it much, so it didn't matter.
That's exactly why he was fine in it, because he wasn't allowed to like fester.
No, don't make him Morbius of the cyberpunk show. But you're right. I mean, Pedro Pascal is being stretched thin, but
I'm so sick of him. Like I love Pedro,
he's
but
in
I'm
too
so
much
sick
stuff.
of. Yeah, because now he's playing Steve from Minecraft in a Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
On top of that too, Mr. Fantastic. Like
he's Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, and he's
like,
doing the Last of Us show.
Oh yeah,
and he's the Mandalorian.
Last of Us, Wonder Woman, Star Wars, Marvel. Now Minecraft. Like. Same with Chris Pratt. I think Chris Pratt's getting a little too much work. Like Garfield and Mario.
Yeah, I don't mind it as much if he's just doing voiceover work. But there was a time, I'd say like 3 or 4 years ago, when Chris Pratt was in everything, and it was like, dude, this is getting out of hand.
That's how I feel with Pedro right now. Like it's too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy for him. Like I'm generally happy for him, and like it's still cool, but it's just like it's too much.
Agent Llama Prop says Jack Black is playing Minecraft Steve. So I did hear Jack Black was going to be in the movie. Are we sure that Pedro's in the movie too then?
Pedro's cast as Steve, and Jason Momoa said he has his own new character now, and that his tattoo on his arm is part of that character.
Jack Black playing? Because we know that he's in it too.
I have no clue. I just saw that in an interview Jason Momoa did that. Him and he's not even on the cast list for it. There's some Matt Berry guy. But yeah, Jason Momoa said that he's in it and it's his own character, and that Pedro's playing Steve.
So someone says Jason Momoa playing Steve. We went from Jason Momoa playing Steve to Pedro Pascal, now to Jack Black. I don't know. It's maybe we don't know for sure.
I feel like Pedro's is in too much shit. Like he doesn't have time. He doesn't even have time to be there for Mando. Like,
Okay, Jack Black confirmed it on Instagram
did he?
5 days ago. But also Pedro Pascal was rumored for like 2 months before that. So I
And
don't know.
the fact that like Jack Black isn't even on any of the casting lists either is what's throwing me off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Agent Llama Prop, thank you for joining, man. What do you guys think has been the best Star Wars show?
Live
Like
action or animated?
Disney, live action. Well, I guess they're all Disney at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm if I'm talking animated, it's obviously Clone Wars. I mean, that's just like the most easy answer.
But is it 2D Clone Wars or Disney?
No,
Clone
I mean,
Wars?
I prefer the CG Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the 2D Clone Wars. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but the Rex stuff, yeah, I love Rex. Is one of my favorite characters. And yeah, for that reason, I got to go with that. But overall, my favorite show has been specifically season 2 of The Mandalorian. There was like no high like watching that every week and watching like Bo-Katan and Boba show up, and like those
Yeah,
episodes
I was
were
on the
all
edge of my
freaking
seat.
incredible.
Yeah.
God, dude, that season finale is still like I'll never forget it. It was incredible.
Agent Llama has said live action. So
Ooh, okay,
you're saying Mando season 2?
Man of season 2 for me. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm thinking it's either gonna have to be Mando season 2 or if I can just pick Dave's episodes from Ahsoka, those would be it. Like Dave
Yeah.
episode 5 from Ahsoka would be
Yeah, his episodes were fantastic, and that I really like the 4th episode. I don't think he did that one though. Did he do that one?
No, he did 1 and 5.
Yeah.
4 is really good though too. I would
really
say
solid.
Ahsoka just from everything with Worlds Between Worlds and all that from episode 5. I want to say Andor just because of like my experience.
I know. I almost said Andor too,
but how is that going to compare to Mando season 2? Like I can't. It's not. It's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, I would say like I would say Mando or Andor is technically better, like on a technical stance, and acting wise. But there's no like the hype wasn't there for Andor like it was for Mando season 2. Mando season 2 is unparalleled. It's the reason why it's the highest watched Disney Plus show still to this day. Mando season 2
and that's insane too. Like with them pulling out all these other shows and like getting upset that they aren't performing. Like you're not making them to the quality. The only
with
one
their
that was
subscriber growth too.
Yeah,
think about that.
The only thing that was quality wise to me would have been Andor. That's because it's so grounded like in reality, while also being like a space opera. Like like
Andor sick.
Kenobi,
it's a great sci-fi. Yeah. Like Kenobi was a letdown, man. Big letdown. Oh shoot, I had one up here. The Rey movie is a shit show waiting to happen, especially with SOC directing. SOC, what's her name? I forget what her name is, but maybe that is her initials. I don't know. Hasn't done much besides documentaries.
It's a long Charmin Obaid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I saw some of the comments and stuff that she had made, and I'm not excited. I'm not excited for the movie at all. I will not. I refuse to support like Lucasfilm financially, and for something that they're gonna make that nobody wants. I refuse. So
I just don't know how like George even can like. Did he step down from Lucasfilm?
I mean, he's just not around anymore. He has no say.
I just don't like. I mean, I get the like he. I don't know. I just feel like. I don't know.
They threw out his scripts for the sequels. I think when that happened, like he was done. He was out. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I mean, I just. Like if it was like if I stepped away and I saw that, I'd like trying to like do anything I can. Like guys, wake the fuck up.
Like, yeah, I just think he has no say at all. I think he is no ownership, no say.
They can recast Luke much cheaper. I agree.
I agree.
If we can get more Luke and more stories with Luke, just recast. I'd rather get more and have it be good and then it looking a little bit wonky. Which it's still Book of Boba Fett looked perfect. Like with Luke.
Oh, it looked great. Yeah, looked incredible. Truly. Luke won't be the main character in Dave's movie with KK leading the way. So
Well,
this is my biggest fear. This is my biggest
Filoni's leading
fear.
the way now, though. I feel like
Hopefully,
Filoni will like. At least I hope anyway with this movie that Filoni will be like, no, this is how it's happening.
if they don't understand how huge of a draw Luke is after what happened with Mando season 2, then they're
Stupid,
not.
yeah.
Then they're stupid. Yeah, and if they try to replace Luke's story with Ahsoka's, it's gonna turn out bad for them. That's all I can say.
I don't
and I
think
love
Dave
Ahsoka.
will do that. I genuinely don't think not Luke, Dave will let Ahsoka's story become Luke's. I genuinely don't think he can let that happen.
I sure hope not, man. I don't know.
If it does, we have both been so incredibly wrong about our feelings with Dave.
Right, I know,
Like-
right? So I don't know. I like I said, I'm gonna trust him for now. So we're gonna see. Yeah, as reported by dealing with production for the Minecraft Jet Black has officially been cast as Steve. Like I said,
Yeah.
that's what allegedly has happened. So I don't know. Commander Scrubs says, I don't know where I've been, to be honest. He's just out there. He's like, I don't even know where I was for the past month. I finished reading Heir to the Empire with the audiobook, and it's so good. Yeah, the audiobook is incredible.
I think.
Are you on Dark Force Rising now? And what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear what he has to say. Read Dark Empire.
Read Dark Empire. Oh, no. Don't read Dark
No.
Empire. You're wasting your time.
No. Just after these three, read listen to Dark Empire.
Yes. Oh, it's sure. Do that. Finish Last Command, and then try. Yeah, listen to Dark Empire radio production or whatever. It's
try to like finish the like Legends canon. Like after that, go to like NJO and just have fun with it.
Do the Thrawn duology before you do NJO too, because those two books really important for the NJO and setting things up.
I didn't even remember that, dude. Like,
yeah,
Joe's the person to go for
are
that.
Good. I love them. It's gonna be Air the Message. It might be, man. I'm like,
I could see like a part 1, The Messenger.
It's called The Messenger. Oh no. Oh gosh.
Because I'm thinking like like how like the main episodes, every single chapter is named something else.
Yeah. that'd be crazy.
It'd be so funny though, and the air to be set up like let's say like it's a 2-hour movie, like part 1 or chapter 1, the child or something like that, like to bring in like Grogu. Like I could see them splitting it into parts like that and then making it all together. Like
that'd be kind of cool. Like during the
yeah.
movie, it's split up. How sick would it be though if they pull a Dune on us and it's like Dave's Heir to the Empire movie starts and like it just starts and there's an opening crawl and it says episode 7. Like how sick would that be? And they're gonna insert it as the new episode 7.
I would love that. Would be. I feel like Dave would lose his job. Like that would be the biggest fuck you to Disney, but it would be so fucking funny.
Like if they retitled though, like 7, 8, 9 later on, then it'd be fine. But like
if he did that, I would yeah.
It'd be crazy, man. But it would like be like it would get people hyped to be like, there's
like,
more coming.
Wars,
Like there's more coming, and like this, especially if it's good, it's gonna get if there's a lot of Luke and everything like that. Yeah. Would you say Mandalorian as a whole or Andor as a whole is better?
I'm gonna go Andor because Andor is more consistent with the episodes being good. Because I feel like season 3 of Mando really screwed the pooch with that.
So,
fuck, I don't even know. Now after I said that out loud, I'm like, damn, I really sound dumb. Like
I love Andor. It's great. I still pick Mandalorian. Like if Desert Island, right? I only get the Mandalorian all 3 seasons, or I get Andor only 1 season of episodes, which is 12. I mean, obviously we're going to get a season 2 eventually, but I haven't seen that yet. I can't judge on that yet.
That's fair.
I'm taking Mando with me. Seasons 1 and 2 is enough. And season 3 is, people hate on it. It has some bad episodes, but it's still got a great finale.
I was going to say, I did go back and rewatch it. I don't hate it as much as I originally did, but the bad episodes are really bad.
Yeah.
Like
there's like
no
2
saving
episodes
them.
that are horrible. Yeah.
7 is definitely one of them.
7
Or
is
was
one
it
of
7?
them.
Yeah, 7.
No, it's 6.
6. Yeah, yeah. Because the last, yeah, because it was 2 episodes after that the title up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Mando season 2 Frog Lady episode, I don't even think it was that bad.
No, it's not that bad, but it's the worst of the season.
Yeah,
The
but
worst of season 2.
and the Bryce Dallas episode, episode 5, I don't even think it was like bad, but like for me, it's like Frog Lady and then that episode. Like
Yeah.
it's just not up there with the rest. Like and then from
Right.
that to go to the prison break, the next after that, and then from that to go with Boba and with them blowing up the Imperial, not blowing it up, but like when they go on their little scout mission, with Bill Burr.
Dude, that episode
Like
is
that episode would
so
give me
good.
chills.
That
The
episode is
seismic
so
charge, like
good. Dude.
that could have been the finale, and I would have been happy. Like,
seriously, I would have been like,
yeah, like if that was the finale, I would have been like, damn, good
if
way
we had
to
a
fucking end it,
cliffhanger,
boys.
yeah, if we had a
Yeah.
cliffhanger, like we don't Grogu's still in their hands, but like we got the info, like that would have been a
Dude,
sick finale too.
hang on.
Yeah.
That could have been insane. Like if that was the ending, and we had to wait a whole another, like, what was it, almost 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Like, holy shit.
That would have been nuts. I can't imagine if they pulled that off. But I don't know if you guys watch Star Trek, but Strange New Worlds, which is like the newish Star Trek show, which actually follows Captain Pike, like prior to the original series. They ended on a massive cliffhanger this past season. It just says to be continued. And now with like the actor strikes and stuff, they haven't even started filming yet. Like, so we're gonna be like sitting here for 2 years waiting to see what happens on this massive cliffhanger. Just yeah, some shows, man, they'll try and pull it off though. We'll see. So Star Trek was famous for that, obviously, with the Picard stuff they did in the 80s too. When you replace Kathleen Kennedy, the drinker.
Can I get a plaque of that? Like you know, like the name tag at like the front of a desk, like the critical drinker. Like,
God, yeah, man. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. That guy is pretty damn funny, though. I will say, I've watched some of his videos, and man, he is hilarious. He shits on Lucasfilm constantly, though. With the timeline of the 9 future Star Wars movies that Lucasfilm revealed, wasn't only one of them supposed to be the heir? Yes, as far as we know, Director Jones, welcome. First of all, I don't think I've seen you in the chat yet. As far as we know, only one of the movies is the New Republic era movie. So that's why I was kind of saying, what if they pulled a Dune? Because Dune, everyone thought it was just, we didn't know if there was going to be another one. But when you go to the theater and you saw Dune for the first time, it said Dune, and then it revealed part 1. So we knew like, oh, we're not getting everything in this movie.
Well, and when I was first going into it, I'm like, because I had read the Dune books in school, I think in 7th grade for an English project.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, with how long this movie is, like it's almost 3 hours long. But I was like, there's no way that they fit all the books into this. There's no way. There's just so much story.
Right, it's really dense.
Yeah.
So, but
And
that was cool. Like
Heir.
when they were, right, with Heir to the Empire, you feel the same way. So that's why I think we're kind of saying like they can't pull it off in one movie. Hopefully, they pull a Dune on us and just say, "Yeah, this is part 1," or they say this is episode.
Dune part 1 ended like with all like with not flashbacks, but like the flash forwards almost. Like I thought that was like do that with Heir. Like that's perfect.
Yeah, Dune is almost a flawless movie. Like,
yeah, I mean, except
we're not getting something of that quality. The pacing's a little slow, but that's because there's so much world building. But Denis Villeneuve, man, he's almost perfect in my eyes. So as a director,
and Javier Bardem, like, for him taking a sidestep too, like,
yeah,
it works. And I didn't think it would work. Like, No Country for Old Men, Skyfall. I never thought he could play like a side character and it worked.
Yeah, it's sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is great. And I wouldn't expect something of that quality from Star Wars just because there is so many corporate hands in the pot.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's what they need to look at that as like the blueprint though. You know what I mean? They need to look at Dune and
they need to look at like all these other things. They're like, okay, why is this working for them and not us?
Right.
I still haven't seen the creator, but apparently the creator was like bad.
Yeah, I mean, the story is so basic, right? Like the story is so basic that it just like nothing draws you in. But the fact that the only thing I really liked about the creator was the visuals. The visuals were
Yeah.
incredible, and the fact that they made the movie for $80 million, that should tell Lucasfilm like what's possible, right? And it's
Yeah.
technically the creator is technically a Fox or Disney property at this point.
Is it?
Yes, yes. So Disney technically owns the creator, and ILM did a lot of the effects for it. So like they know what can be done. They know
Yeah.
what can be done.
Well,
That's the
and
one thing. That's the lesson they can take away from the creator, not the
I
story.
also think like Godzilla -1 too is like a perfect way
Yeah.
to show like if you have the right dedication, the right team, it is possible to make an insane movie for not a whole lot of money.
Yeah, -1 was freaking awesome. Loved it.
Well, and I also I don't know if you've seen Zodiac with Mark Ruffalo and
Oh yeah.
yeah, like that movie. I don't know if you know, like the budget was really small for that movie, like but
I
they
didn't
made
know
it
that,
work.
yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah,
like
they will.
anything's
It-
possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you get someone who knows how to manage it, for sure. Not gonna lie, I lost faith in Dave from the Ahsoka show and Mando season 3. I don't think he had his hand in Mando season 3 too
Yeah,
much.
I was gonna say I think he maybe had like one episode that he like really like was really into for it, and I think it went. What the fuck? What episode? I know Dave did one episode. I don't know if he directed it, but I know he wrote it. I think.
Did he?
I
didn't.
okay, could be
I
wrong, but
honestly
think
didn't.
so.
I didn't think he did any episodes in Mando season 3.
Like,
but
at least
maybe
like,
he did.
writing. I don't know.
Yeah. Check it out though. Actually, Commander Scrub says, actually, I've listened to the Dark Empire audio dramas. Also insanely good. They had Billy D. Williams. Yeah, they did have Billy D. Williams. I just don't love Dark Empire, the story. I pretty sure I've said that to you in the past, Commander Scrub, but they're cool audio dramas. They did a good job with them.
So Dave helped write episode 4 and 5 of season 7 with Favreau. Favreau wrote all of them, but Dave helped with 4 and 5.
Of season 3, you mean?
Yeah.
4 and
That's
5.
season 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 5 was really good episode. Oh, 4 was the one with the flashback with that makes sense because that had a lot of like
Keller and Beck.
Yeah, Clone War tie-in and stuff. So
I was gonna say, 'cause I was like, I know Dave had his like hands in the jar, but he wasn't like he was way more detached because he was doing Ahsoka.
yeah, that's what I thought too. But I mean, Ahsoka is good. It wasn't as great
It wasn't perfect
to me as it wasn't perfect, but a step in the right direction. I think I'm still giving him, like I said, I'm still giving him time to see where he takes things because he is trying to build up what seems like an epic story. That's what I'm here for.
Clark says
Our
project is the go ahead.
is the best Star Wars. That's the dream, man. That's the dream. That's what we're here for.
The fact that we get to say that, by the way, too, is like what's so cool.
Yeah, like if we can make all this stuff happen and get a good like just a visual out there, like this is what is possible by the fans, then I think it'd be huge.
Commander Scrub says, and I want to listen to the next 2 audiobooks from Mark, but I can't get them just yet, sadly.
Yeah, when you do, you're gonna love them. Listening to like Last Command by Mark Thompson is something else, man. It's incredible.
Honestly, while I'm gone for this month with training, while I'm in my hotel room just stuck there, I honestly might just listen to them all, just to get like a full refresh. Because like, I have like the paperback, but like I want to just feel it through, like feel through my ears. That sounds really weird, but like,
well, they have like all the sound effects, man. It goes crazy.
Like, I want to feel like I want to close my eyes and feel like I'm in that environment.
Right.
That's how I felt with the trailer music. Because I can close my eyes and I can see the environment.
You like see what it,
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Ahsoka reminds me of when I did community theater as a kid. I was one of the few boys. It's like watching a large amount of girls play manly men. I mean, we got what's his face? Balin. We got Anakin.
Balin was sick. I thought Ezra was sick too. Just
like Ezra's cool. I mean, I don't like. I'm not one of these people who's like gonna mind that much that like, okay, they want female leads in Star Wars. Like that's great. The problem is when they're like this new director for the Rey movies, like we're finally gonna have a female lead in Star Wars. Like where have you been the past like 10 years? Like we have plenty. You know what I mean? Like that's where
Rey was just given her power. Like with Ahsoka, I have way more respect for Ahsoka's character because we've seen the progression. With Rey, it just happened overnight.
Right. And
mean,
the
don't.
Sabine thing was a little annoying. I'll be honest. I didn't
Yeah,
want her to have
no,
the Force.
from her going from trying to move a cup to force forcing Ezra as far as she did, that's where I'm like, okay, that's a little out there.
Yeah, it was
But
absurd.
if it was gradual though, I would have been fine. But with it being instant is where it's kind of like, okay, like what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's a female lead or male lead. I don't really care. Like I said, if the story's good, like like I'll say it again. I'll say it every day. I'm basically on here, but Mara Jade's one of my favorite characters. Leia's one of my favorite characters. They were well written. They had incredible story arcs. And they really served a purpose to the story. It wasn't just, hey, I'm Rey, I can fly your ship, I can use the Force, I can defeat you, I can save you, I can do everything, and I don't need any of you guys, which is just really terrible storytelling.
Closed-minded. And two, with these characters like Leia, for example, they've had the time to grow these characters throughout different issues and stuff. Not just give everything right away. Like you have to get to it that point over time, not overnight. Because aren't episodes 7 and 8 like with 2 days? Like, am I thinking that wrong?
No, literally, it's
like
2 days,
2 days
between episode 7 and 8.
In which John Boy, Finn in episode 7, I'm fine with him using the saber the way he did. Because
that was normal. Like that's how someone who hasn't held a lightsaber before would.
He's gonna swing it like a bat. That's fine. But I don't know. That progression is so much when you really look at the timeline of how those two I don't know. Because look at Luke with ESB.
This comment. Right. Yeah, Luke is like struggling to pull a lightsaber from the snow,
which arguably is a lot lighter than pulling up an X-wing, for example.
Right.
And you see the progression other than it just happening.
Right. We watch him train with Yoda, and then we still see him go to Cloud City and get his ass kicked.
Grand Master Yoda too, not just
right.
Yeah,
yeah. So we can talk about this all day, but there's terrible writing in the sequels. It's not about the gender of the character to me. I don't care about that as long as the story is good. That being said, I don't know why they would shy away from male heroes, because look how much it's no secret, Star Wars was made for teenage boys basically at this point. And that is who was into it growing up, and that's who is watching it now. So trying to grab this new demographic and force people to we want to see characters that we can see ourselves in and stuff. That's why all these people love Anakin Skywalker. I mean,
we had this with Leia, not Leia, with Padme. Look at Attack of the Clones. Padme was a fucking badass in Attack of the Clones. It's still there. You just need
and the girls who grew up with Padme love Padme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with the girls who grew up with Leia. So, and I'm sure there are girls who are going to grow up with Rey and love Rey, and
that's fine. And
they're not going to have that connection like they had with Leia and Padme. There's no way.
It might be a little weird to say, but Kirsten Dunst. I was obsessed with Kirsten Dunst after Spider-Man 3. I wanted to marry Kirsten Dunst. It's there. You just need to know where to look and to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Not just be one-sided with it. There's plenty of those characters there. Honestly, I thought Korra's character in Rebel Moon was fine. I was totally okay with it. There's points where I was just okay, it was not too much and it was not too little. It was just the right amount. Star Wars Theory has a different opinion on it, but that's fine. I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's
I haven't really watched his thoughts. I'll have to see.
He was very she should be able to do all this. And I was kind of dude, shut the fuck up. Come on.
Well, at least they explained her backstory about why she was trained that way.
When they did that, I was okay, this makes perfect sense. But the way that he was just whining about it, and I don't like to say he whines. I really agree with a lot of his points, but when he was just shitting on it, I was like, dude, come on, shut up. Enough. Just enjoy it for what it is. But yeah,
I would absolutely love to help animate Dark Empire in the original Cam Kennedy art style. Ben, I am sorry to break it to you, but I will never be I will never be working on a project to animate Dark Empire. I don't even see it as Legends. It's like below Legend status to me. I The fact that it takes place, yeah, the fact that it takes place 1 year after Last Command is like absurd, like just absurd. I hate it. Oh gosh, I can't see Mara Jade being in Dave's movie, but we'll see. I at this point can't either, but that's one way they can win me over.
Dave gave us Ventress.
Yeah, he did. He did give us Ventress from the 2D Clone Wars. So
Bo-Katan too. Like he can do it with these characters. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, I think I think he can. I relate to the rank and file characters like Rogue Squadron and the Clone Commandos. I've always related to the rank and file. Yeah, that's cool. Like it's good to have these kind of characters that we all can like kind of see ourselves in. And it's not that it's not necessary, but it makes you enjoy the content more, I think. And if they are like, let's be honest, they know who they're predominantly is watching Star Wars. Like, it's predominantly male. And
on Disney Plus
just gonna
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
On Disney Plus, like when you make your account, it says like are you a man or female, or rather not to say. So they can see the demographic of who's watching what. Like
right.
What, and like, not that it's a bad thing, but they definitely know.
Right. I think they want it to be Marvel. Marvel was more popular with women than than I think they expected it to be initially. And I think they want it to be like Marvel. And let's be honest, Star Wars isn't Marvel. I mean, it was made in the 70s, and this was
they're owned by the same company, but it's not the same premise. Like
right. It's just not the same.
You can't make it all the same because all you're gonna do is just upset people.
Yeah. Always like the projects like X-Wing books and Republic stuff where you get to see the Star Wars universe from their perspective. Yeah, X-Wing books are sick.
One aspect of Star Wars that I feel like probably hasn't been elaborated on enough is like the criminal underworld. Like,
yeah, I thought we were gonna get that like in Book of Boba or something, but no.
Like there's so many stories there that are so cool that we haven't seen and probably will never see. It's kind of like what Clark was saying, how he like relates to those characters. Those are like how it said like I want to see like a neo noir like crime drama like Andor wise, like with the tone of Andor. It's because like we haven't seen it before with Star Wars.
Right, like Andor really brought fresh perspective to Star Wars, and I'm really excited for the second season.
Yeah, and it was so grounded too. Like it didn't feel like Star Wars. But it was at the same time.
It was very, very grounded. And I think that's what made it cool. We didn't have a bunch of Jedi running around like, doing crazy shit. I am fine with your opinion of Dark Empire. Haha, I grew up with it and love it. No, totally valid. A lot of people love Dark Empire. I like notoriously, you know this, Ben, because you've watched a lot of the streams. I notoriously shit on Dark Empire for like really no reason more than I don't like the Palpatine plot. Everything else is totally fine in Dark Empire. I'm like, I really just like shitting on it at this point. I gotta keep doing it. I can't backtrack now. I gotta keep going.
I just bring it up because I know it bothers Joe, so I like giving him shit with it because like it's like I don't know. It's a cool fun story. Should it be the Legends canon? No, but
cool. It is a cool story. I just like. I don't think it fits even the Legends timeline, which is like crazy because it's really just, hey, here's this wild story, like, and it's just shoved in there right after Heir to the Empire.
Cool. Like, I'll give it that. Like, the concept's cool. Like, it's a cool idea. Executed? Probably not. But like,
it's a way better execution of Palpatine returning than the Rise of Skywalker.
Somehow he returned. The fact that that's actually a line in the movie that got to the movie is
wild. Just finished Kenobi Legends book, was very happy with it. Yes, I also recommend that book. Definitely. That's a good if you're looking for Kenobi on Tatooine post Revenge of the Sith, pre A New Hope, that is where you want to go because obviously the show is not great.
Well, and two, like with Chrysanthemum being in Boba, he has the scar.
Like,
that could have easily been in like
They could have added that in the show because that was also Disney canon. The whole Crusade. They completely failed on that one.
And that's the thing too. Like, there's so many cool stories. Like Mythos Kenobi is one of my favorites. Everything with Kenobi being on Tatooine and like the training, and not only like
it's cool.
Yeah, it's sick. Same with Quinlan's story where it goes with Ventress.
Yeah, they didn't utilize any of that stuff at all. So they just were like, we're gonna ignore that all exists.
We're gonna mention that they're there, but we're just not gonna like execute.
Right. Unbelievable. It's like Disney is having competition with Star Wars Holiday Special to see who's worse. I've never seen the Holiday Special, and I don't plan to ever see it.
There's one. Oh, the Lego one?
No, there's you don't know about this? Dude, there's a 1970s, like it's like came out like 78 or
I know what that holiday special. I meant like is it like a Disney one that came out?
No, he's saying like Disney's having a competition, like releasing like what could we release something like worse than the holiday special?
I thought he was saying that Disney had released one. I'm like, when did this come out? I'm like, am I living under a rock? I was like, I know that there was like
there was
a
Lego one, yeah.
That's why I was like, what? Like what? I was like, when did this come out?
Hold my blue milk. Dark Empire is not in the Legends timeline in the back of the books, right? Because it's not a book; it was a comic only and the audio drama. So because there's no novel, it's not in the novel timelines anyway, because it doesn't make sense with those timelines. So yeah, the books, that's the right timeline right there in the back of the books. That's the one you want to listen to.
Or your mock-up too.
That's the dream. That's the dream. If they can start animating some of this stuff. Something I feel that the sequels could benefit from, if only marginally, is a form of well-written TV series like the Clone Wars. Not that I like the sequels in any way, shape, or form. See, and you mentioned this earlier, Caden. There's only 2 days between number 7 and number 8. How you can't create a series between those? Like, and there's only
what are you gonna do? They were sleeping, like
right.
Finn was having these weird dreams while he was in the bathing suit thing.
Right. It doesn't really work. I think the best course of action is for the lead up to episode 7. That's where the fix is going to come from. If at all they're going to make sense of how Luke decided to give up completely, they have to fix his story now, like in the Mandalorian era.
Yeah, before we finish
episode 7
Air
happens.
Yeah. Like if they do like Air, obviously Dark, and then Last Command. By the end of Last Command, if like I don't know, they have to do something after that to make Luke the way he is. Like there has to be something there.
Yeah, 100%. They gotta justify it somehow, and it's gonna be nearly impossible. Are there any comics in those timelines? No. It's all, when you look at the Legends timelines, it's all the ones that have books. They won't show the comics. They won't show comic only. They'll be.
But there have been like comic adaptations of it where they're just taking those scenes and trying to like make the scenes into comics.
Yeah, there's been that too.
Some of those are extremely accurate to the book, and some of them are way off too.
Go ahead. You can read that one.
Okay. Clark says, I'd like to see a series set during the early years of the Empire where a bunch of disgruntled clone troopers start a Whoop biker gang that that rivals the Black Crimson Dawn and the Hutt Cartel. That'd be fine. Like,
kind of cool.
Like,
I mean,
I would definitely want to see the early years of the Empire, like what the old clones were doing after they were decommissioned. Like,
yeah,
like when they're no longer like around, because like we kind of saw that in Bad Batch season 2 a little bit.
I feel like, yeah, those episodes of the Bad Batch are like the best ones.
Yeah.
Right?
Like with Rex leading this like rogue squadron. Like,
yeah.
Recruiting
cool.
all these clones. Like that would be sick.
Yeah, that would be sick. Like that.
I definitely think Clark would like if there was like a short miniseries on like the Nikto speed bike gang from Boba, like I'd still watch it. Like if there was like a Sons of Anarchy but in Star Wars, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, they could do like a little spin-off thing. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged like series. I mean, give us like some little shorts. canonically, Luke was still Luke in Shadow of the Sith. So the Shadow of the Sith book is canon, obviously, and yes, Luke is Luke, and it takes place after this presumed Dave Filoni movie. But since when does Dave care about any of the books? Let's be honest.
I've started to realize that Dave doesn't give a shit. Like,
no,
he really
doesn't. If he finds a way to tell the story of Luke better that matches with what we see in The Last Jedi, he'll do it. I think. If he doesn't do it, if we walk out of his movie and like Luke is hardly in it and we don't get any justification of why the sequels are the way they are, then I'm just gonna go back to saying, 1 through 6 and Legends are my canon. So that's that.
I'm sticking with that, and I'm gonna focus like on that stuff and with Marvel stuff at that point, because it's like, what can he do?
Right, like, they're not gonna be able to do anything after that if that happens. So
yeah, no, this movie is their like last chance to revitalize.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This is the last chance to like make our heroes like mean something.
This is the last command.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. And with that, I think we're done. We have one more question, but we are going to wrap up here, guys. My favorite addition to Thrawn's design and his personal symbol etched onto the Chimera. Yeah, that wasn't in the original Thrawn trilogy, but I do love it. It's sick.
It makes the Seventh Fleet feel way more of like menacing and way more of like if you're on a world below and you see the Chimera and you see that sigil, you're fucked. Like there's like, it's not just a normal Star Destroyer.
Like, that's the thing. You see the guy and you're like, Thrawn's here. Like, we're screwed.
Like Rebel Moon, for example. Like with like the mothership. Like when you see that, you know, like, oh shit. Yeah,
they're like, oh shit, we're done. Yeah, no, I love that too. That's a good addition. I like to see Kurkinos, the last of the Imperial Guard for the Crimson Empire comics. Absolute badass. I honestly don't know who that is. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, I'll have to look into that for sure. Darth Handel says, admire both your optimism that they will fix things. So once again, I really only trust Dave to fix things and John. Mostly, honestly, John, even more so. I think John is a true like fan of George Lucas Star Wars, and I think Dave is too, but I think Dave is also trying to appease his Disney corporate overlords.
So he still gets the opportunity to keep making the projects.
Whereas John is probably more along the lines of, no, let's just make what's great right now.
With that too, I don't know if you know, but Jon Favreau got kicked out of Iron Man 3. Like he had a whole different movie, and they were like, no. Right. And I think John is kind of just like, okay, well, I'm going to Star Wars now, and this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care. Like he's trying his best to make it better.
Yeah, I think that's the case, and that's why I trust him. But so that's why I'm saying I trust a couple people that are there that have their hands in the pot right now, and let's hope things change for the best, guys. That's all I can really say. We're gonna have to wait and see. And in the meantime, we're gonna keep trying to make these Legends stories animated and trying to deliver stories that we already like and enjoy and that we know are good to the screen. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's it. So anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here. And everyone, thanks for joining. I think we had a really good chat with all you guys tonight. So I really appreciate all you joining. And if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, we talked a little bit about like next steps for the trailer for Dark Force Rising and kind of what's happening there. So make sure you go back and watch that if you're interested in kind of timeline of things there. But subscribe to Caden at Cantina Talk. And subscribe to myself if you're not already. And once again, guys, we'll be back at it sometime in the next couple of weeks. I know you're starting some training, and we'll find time
for a month. Yeah.
Yep. We'll find some time. So yeah, that's all I got. So thanks, guys. Cool. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.